Hey, Mike, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Gabe. I'm doing well, thanks.
So what do we have here?
So what I've done actually is I've shown a few of the solutions that Spectrotel has for POTS transformation as a service. Because right now, many customers are looking for a home for new POTS line products. So I brought in a few examples to show you today.
Wow, this is interesting. I remember this phone. We used to call that my grandma's phone. I had one of these at home. So explain what the different phones and what do they do and what does your service do?
Absolutely, thanks for asking. So what I brought in were some very old analog phones, including grandma's phone, just to prove that the technology for analog equipment can work on our POTS transformation as a service products. So what I've done here is I've recreated an example of a customer location. If you can imagine right now, this box being a primary internet connection, and right now it is just a 4G device, but imagine it's a cable circuit or a fiber circuit or something else that's providing internet service. And it's plugged into both of these two devices that we offer at Spectrotel. And these are actually replacement products for POTS lines. We have over here one of the devices, which is a 2-port device with lights showing activity both on the network as well as if it's running from the primary internet service. And then I have an analog connection on the back of this plugged into this very old analog phone. Now, our customers may not use a phone like this for POTS lines, but they may use elevator lines, fax machines, alarm lines, or anything else that's mission critical. And why I say that it's important to keep things mission critical, if you can imagine the dial tone right here, but let's say that the power goes out on the device, my dial tone stays on.
How's that happen, Mike?
Well, it happens because inside of this device, there's actually, if I pop this open here, 4G SIM cards that actually back up the internet as well as battery backups on both sides of this device that are each 12 hours. So right now I have 24-hour battery backup and I have integrated internet services for backing up my internet.
Is that important for compliance purposes?
Absolutely. So many of the fire marshals or building inspectors require multiple internet connections to back up analog lines. And this device not only has one going in and a SIM card, but actually can have a third connection. So we can have up to 3 internet connections. The nice part is that while I unplug that and the dial tone goes back on again, if I also lose my internet, so if I unplug my internet from this device and I'm only running on 4G, as you can hear right now, my dial tone continues. So the device is I don't want to say foolproof, but it brings business continuity.
So I saw that it doesn't fail over, so you don't lose the signal and it fails over. It actually stays constant.
Correct. In fact, any of our customers can look at the device and see the lights that change to show that if it's running on battery backup, if it's running on primary internet, or if it's running on a cellular 4G integrated device.
So I noticed you have another device. It looks similar. So what does this do?
So the beauty about Spectrotel is that we don't just marry ourselves to one device and one manufacturer, but we actually have multiple devices that we can offer to our customers in case they're looking for something that might have another need. This over here is the UMA Air Dial device, which has 4 ports and also has, instead of lights on the device, it has an LCD display which also shows all the things that this device also shows, but in light form. It has not only the power, the battery, if it's running on the wide area network or the WAN or on 4G backup, but it also lists each of the line numbers, which this device doesn't do, as well as what the line is being used for. And at Spectrotel, we can actually take old POTS lines. Once we migrate them over to us and then move them over to one of these products, we can label these lines of what the line use is. So our customers now know which port is going to their elevator or their alarm or their fax machine, or you can actually run voice traffic on this as well.
So is it similar if you unplug and lose power?
Yep.
It'll still
so right
stay
now I've got this going on, and if I decided that my internet connection is no longer active, as you can hear right now, my dial tone stays on, and if I unplug my power, it does stay on. So anyway, that's what the UMA device does.
Now, one last question.
Yes.
Some great information here for our listening audience. What is this device, and how does it differ from these devices?
So this is an example of, this is actually just an ATA device, an analog translation device.
And what's that used for?
So what it does is it has an internet connection plugged into this, and then it has analog ports in the back. Now, unlike these 2 other devices, there is no integrated backup internet, and there also is no backup power. However, if we do have customers that just have a phone that they want to make some voice calls on, including grandma's phone here, it will work. The problem is that if I were to lose my internet or lose my power, the dial tone would drop because there is nothing on this. However, it is an economical way for non-elevator, non-voice, non-fire alarm, maybe just for a voice line, to save money if they have traditional POTS lines in an old phone system.
So if it's not a lifeline, then
Correct.
this would be the most economic device to use.
Correct.
Okay.
And so those are some of our POTS transformation items. We also do resell some of the cable companies that are out there, including Comcast, Spectrum, Altice, and Cox. So if we have a customer that has those, we can also get that dial tone. So if you remember now and go to First Light Cloud Exchange for anything for POTS transformation as a service, and it's Spectrotel, you won't be boxed in.
Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome. Here, have this t-shirt.
Thank you.